I'm Mason Mount. You're listening to the London is Blue podcast.
Just how good was that? I mean, that's it, guys. Like the elation and the feelings. We went toe to toe with Manchester City, widely regarded as the best manager, one of the best teams in the world. Didn't they dismantle Real Madrid in the Champions League right before we went on a break? I mean, this team, minus the fact that they've dropped points at odd times this season and have let Liverpool win the title, this is just a fantastic result. And bias front and center, Christian Pulisic. Amity, I don't think we've really gotten a chance to talk to you about him. I'm wearing the kit right now. Nick's wearing the kit. Dan's wearing a kit. But he's on the Pulisic hype train, and that's where he's been. So, look, I'll let you kind of give us your assessment of him, where he's been. It's been an interesting first season for him at Chelsea, but, man, his involvement today was immense.
Yeah, I mean, the kid is, and I do say kid because you got to remember how young this guy is. He's been just waiting for a chance, and you can see that when he gets the ball, he's looking to see what he can do. Obviously, Frank wants us to play forward, wants us to play on the front foot, and I think Pulisic really emulates that. I think that his first idea when he gets the ball is, can I advance this? Can I get ahead? Can I move past my man? And everybody knows he's good off the dribble, but I think his intelligence, where to be, his timing, his movement off the ball when he sees an opportunity, the kid attacks it. And I think he treats this opportunity to get playing time in the same way. He earned his starting spot this week after a great performance last week coming off the bench. I think that he has proven more than once this season that he has the goods, whether he's coming off the bench as a sub or when he starts. And I think it's an inspiring performance today, but his progression over the entire season has been nothing short of that as well. And I think that there's a lot to be said about where he might be next season, where he might be the season after, because he's going to get better, which is kind of crazy to think about. But he's still improving. He's still learning. And under Frank Lampard, I think he's going to learn a hell of a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Nick, I love this tweet from Squawka. It says, Christian Pulisic has now scored more goals, 8, in 2019-2020 than in any other season in his career. He's missed damn near half of the season. And then what did you say at the beginning of the season? Like 15 goal contributions would be good for him this season? Okay, great, done, box checked.
I mean, look, obviously we're biased when we talk about him just because of who he is and where he plays international football. But I think for any objective observer in the Premier League to look at what he brought to the game today, what he brought to the game against Villa, what he's done in the Champions League this year, to say that we only like him because he's an American is just flat out ridiculous. I mean, the guy is good. And I think there's been so much excitement around new transfers coming in that people kind of were sleeping on him a little bit again. And, it's fun to think about a new Ziyech that you get to unwrap and take out of the box and put on the wing, right? It's fun to think about Timo Werner playing from the left while Tammy's up top. And what I think you see today, Dan, is a guy who is taking no prisoners during this stretch, and a guy who looks like he is more than happy to fight for a place in the team. And that I know that Frank is overjoyed by that.
Yeah, Frank has plenty of presents under the tree, but he popped the batteries back into Christian Pulisic, and he's been rewarded for what's going on there. When you think about the fact that across the 25 appearances he's made for Chelsea this season, 8 goals, 6 assists at just over 1,700 minutes, that's a really nice start to his career at Chelsea. And we have to think about it in like the context of the career, right? This is just the beginning of his journey with the club, with the change in expectations. And we talked about this in our preview. What was going to give Pep Guardiola nightmares? It was going to be run-ins behind his defenders and his midfield. And Christian Pulisic,
I said that. That was me.
True to form, did that so well. And it's just so different, Brandon, from being used to Pedro and Willian, who don't always make that run in behind, who don't always have that break of pace, and watching Christian just continue to attack, and get behind so regularly. It's so refreshing and rewarding and exciting for what comes next.
Yeah. Like you said, he's had to transition to a new league, a new team. He's didn't have an off season, battled injuries, and we're still getting this kind of output. And to you guys' point, like, yeah, we're American. We love him. At the same time, we've seen him before this season. A lot of people, this is the first time they're getting to see him. And I think that the fact that, to my observation, the majority of UK match-going fans rate him, that's kind of the ultimate litmus test. If you can get the home fans on your side, that means you're doing the dirty work, you're providing the end result, and they don't warm to you easily, especially as a foreigner, especially as an American, because Americans aren't good at football. We play soccer over here. And he's done that. He's convinced them that he's the real deal. He's convinced them that he's serious about playing for this club and being an impact player, and it's fantastic.
Can we take 2 seconds, though, just to recognize the fact that not only was he fantastic in attack, you know, he was flipping wings with Willian at points in the game. He was also doing some really good work to get back defensively to try to help out A1 Marcus Alonso at times, who occasionally got caught a little flat-footed. I mean, I think in general, we saw so many facets of his game in this match that don't always get called out. And he gave a man of the match performance across all facets of the pitch today.
Okay.
Well, and Amity should have had two. I mean, like, if not for a absolutely absurd goal line clearance that Kyle Walker will never pull out of his ass again. I mean, he rounded Ederson with ease. You know, for my money, the second best goalkeeper in the Premier League rounded him with ease and put one past him for a goal. I mean, like, this ain't a fluke, man.
Yeah, and what I mean, the kid, as I was saying before, when that ball gets played up over the top, he's already moving. He doesn't know that, you know, that the header is going to be missed. He doesn't know the bounce is going to beat Fernandinho, but he's gambling, and his speed gives him that option. He gets beyond Fernandinho like in a second, and the way he sets himself up to round Ederson, like the touch almost gets caught below, like under his feet, and he still sorts that out and then pushes it beyond Ederson. Like, he's sorry for the fireworks over here in Brooklyn, but it's all about the Chelsea win, so I might have to go past this. Anyways, the guy, he's thinking on his feet. He's quick enough to make those kind of moves, and to beat Ederson with such ease is just like, I don't think we give that enough credit. He should have scored that second goal, but Kyle Walker is insanely fast too, so kudos to him.
Yeah,
well,
that was wild.
He's good at suckering people in the way Hazard is, and he's figuring out this about his game, where, you know, he had that great run versus Mendy, and he realized Mendy is at top speed is faster than him. But Pulisic's like, oh, my acceleration is actually way better than yours. So let me slow down on the first goal, let you catch up for just a second, and bye, see you later. I'm about to score.
Ya.
Yeah, he dangles that ball out there so well. And then to your point, his change of speed and direction is great in the sense that, he can get by him. And honestly, it was a terrible decision from Mendy. He had Gundogan with him. He should have just stood him up and slowed him down and maybe pushed him wide. But he made a bad decision, which you get from Mendy. This is the player, and he baited him, and then gone. It was fantastic. All right, Raheem Sterling, generally accepted a very, very good player.
Yeah.
On the day, not saying any other context, on the day, Christian Pulisic, 3 shots, 3 on target. Raheem Sterling had 2 shots, 1 off the woodwork, 1 off target. Dribbles, Christian Pulisic had 5 dribble attempts, 1/4 of them. Okay? Raheem Sterling had 1. It was successful for 1, but he got dribbled past as well. Overall, the way it went, it was such a good day for Christian. But I think we are kind of probably rambling on him a little bit. Lampard on Pulisic, this coming from Nisar Kinsella at goal.com, who covered the match, says, Christian came in last summer. He didn't get a break. When he came in the team and played really well, then he got an injury. I wanted to see if he could bring it in these kinds of games, and he brought it. Lamps is hyped, and it is great. Chase in Discord saying Pulisic has to start every match until UCL is confirmed, right? as long as he can. We got to be careful. Muscular injuries are up crazy. We have to keep him healthy. And zooming out a little bit, Los Farringtons on Twitter saying, is Pulisic the season MVP? Nobody fighting as hard for the team right now. His production with limited minutes is excellent. These last 2 games are off his boots, and they were very bad while he was injured. Analyze his play the same you do as others, and he has a case. That's a strong shout.
He's the restart MVP right now. He is the restart.
Is this the
MVP.
same as Barkley being the preseason MVP?
Similar. Well, I mean, it feels like a different type of football. I mean, we're using water breaks. We have 5 substitutions. I view it through a completely different lens. Yes, we do.
I would also like working as hard for the team. Mason Mount's worked insanely hard for the team, guys.
Keeping that record alive of playing in every single match this season too.
Like, let's just look. We love Christian, but he's played like not nearly as much time as Mason or Kovacic or whatever. So
1,200 minutes in the Premier League.
I hope he gets that way through these last 7 matches, but Mason's been working his ass off, man.
Again, recency bias, Namadi, I'd say. Kovacic was kind of the shoe-in pre-shutdown.
Yeah, I was going to say Kova would have been on probably the name on most people's lips, but at the same time, given a small sample size, Pulisic delivers. I mean, he hasn't had the most minutes. He hasn't had the most games due to injury, and also at the earliest part of the season, he wasn't getting the time. But I mean, as I said before, when Lamps calls on him, he delivers. And it's hard not to, look at that and say, well, yeah, he's been our most valuable player of the post restart. But I mean, I don't think he even wants that kind of attention. I think he's just trying to put his head down and do his job. And I think the more he looks at it that way, the more that he can be realistic about what his capabilities are. And, he has confidence in his game. You can see the way he plays. But as long as he can deliver when Lamps calls on him, I think he's in a great spot. And fans will warm to that more and more.
Yeah, so true. So true. All right. 20 minutes or more of Christian. We should probably talk about someone else on the pitch.